And now, for our closing keynote of the day, please join me in welcoming Tom Taylor, Vice President, Amazon Seller Services.
Love the song. Hey, good morning, everyone. My name's Tom Taylor, Vice President, Seller Services of Amazon. We're delighted to be here today and speaking with you. I was flying down, checking the blogs like we all do on the airplane yesterday, and you never know what people will say. They said they expected that Amazon would have a very big announcement today. It's always a big expectation. So I thought I'd jump right to that. We've been talking to customers, as we all have, and hearing, hey, customers don't want to have both a wallet and a phone. They just want to have one. So here it is. On Amazon, the customers have spoken. It is the all-leather mobile wallet. This just works for iOS because it only works on a phone. But you can carry credit cards, loyalty cards, and everything. They warned me that maybe this would be a hostile audience on that idea. But I think, jokes aside, when we talk about customers, we all know if they have something that works for them, it's very hard to get them to change their behavior. We know that their trust is hard-won and easily lost. And customers can be relentlessly demanding. Yesterday, one of the speakers talked about the QWERTY keyboard. It's not great, but it works, and it's hard to improve on that. As I mentioned, I'm with Amazon Seller Services, and so we imagine the first question you might ask is, well, who in the world is Seller Services at Amazon? So let me just take a moment about that. We're an engineering organization that is built entirely to help sellers succeed and grow their businesses, both on Amazon as well as off Amazon. We have over 2 million sellers worldwide. That represents, on the Amazon marketplace, over 40% of the units sold on Amazon are actually being sold by sellers. And if you go back just 2 years, that was about 30%. So if you take the share that sellers are contributing and the fact that they're growing in the last quarter, 40% year on year, I think by every measure we are making businesses successful. We bring to those sellers, to make them successful, a number of services, the marketplace, but also fulfillment, customer service, advertising models, the payment and fraud protection. To kind of come back to this slide, it's more than just these sort of underlying services that we talk about. Those things can kind of be not very sexy, what we call the heavy lifting. But if you actually, what we learned was when we provided these services to sellers and let them focus on what they're very good at, which is adding selection, customers rewarded them with more sales. So if I go back to this example of the mobile wallet, this seller is actually using our fulfillment, but it's now eligible for Prime Super Saver shipping. It's more convenient. They know that it's going to arrive on time. So the important lesson that we learned through helping sellers out was if we could make things fast, easy, and trusted, that the consumer would reward that seller with more sales. And this is a very powerful lesson for us that we want to continue to take off in other parts of Amazon. Now we want to think about how do we make this work for sellers, not just on Amazon, but off Amazon. We want to help sellers large and small make it easy for customers to buy online. And we feel like we have the right assets to help us do that. Quick show of hands, a little hard to see, but how many people have actually bought something on Amazon.com? Excellent. I was going to joke how many people had not bought something on Amazon.com, but I thought that was a little too much. Thank you very much. We have over 215 million active customer accounts and growing worldwide. And those are people that have made a purchase on Amazon. Those are people that trust Amazon, and they've given us their shipping and billing credentials. We have a brand that the world has recognized as #1 in trust, most trusted in the world. And again, when you think about the brand of trust and payments, they just go hand in hand together. Amazon, those 215 million customers have entrusted Amazon with that account information. We also have frictionless mobile and web user interface. We're constantly trying to innovate for consumers to make it very easy to buy. We have a scalable and secure payments infrastructure in the cloud and advanced fraud detection algorithms. And perhaps behind it all, we're a tech company. We're constantly trying to innovate on behalf of customers. And we've done things, as you know, of Amazon Prime, one-click Amazon Kindle. All things trying to find ways to do things better for consumers. Now let's come back to those relentlessly demanding customers that we all have, and that message of fast, free, and trusted. How do we make this work sort of on the off-Amazon world? We all know the stats. Customers, 3 out of 5 customers want a place where their account information is securely stored. They don't have to remember new passwords and new accounts. 80% of online shoppers have placed items in the shopping cart and then left them without actually making a purchase at the final moment of time. And all these issues are much more pronounced on the mobile device, which is only getting harder and harder for these consumers to enter in all that information. So we already provide a solution called Pay with Amazon for online businesses so that customers can, within one tap, can use their Amazon credentials and pay on those sites. And that works for millions of Amazon customers who can buy on sites without having to re-enter any information. And we're very happy about customers who are able to do this. It goes back to if we can make that fast, free, and trusted experience occur on that other site, it's great. It's great for us. You may ask why. Just to share, this has been Amazon's mission statement from the very beginning, to be Earth's most customer-centric company where people can find and discover anything they want to buy online. Notice there it didn't say online on Amazon. It's a very customer-centric point of view. It's in our DNA. Another question for people, raise your hands. How many people have bought something not on Amazon? Right? Me, right? We get it. Customers, you who raised your hands the first time, you buy on Amazon, you buy other places. There are a lot of great sites where you can get a great experience. We know that you're going to spend money at other places, and you always will. So we want to take that lesson of how do we make fast, easy, and trusted, and how we really bring that experience, not just to the payment, but to the complete online experience. Because we want to create that same sort of win-win-win, that customer, seller, Amazon win-win-win across all the different sites. So what are we really announcing today? Today, we are announcing a brand new service. It's a connection of a service that we released earlier this year, Log In with Amazon and Pay with Amazon. This creates an opportunity for a seamless shopping experience across the entire moment, not just when you get to the till, but when you arrive at the store, and allows the seller to create an entirely branded experience and personalized experience for that Amazon customer all the way through. Think about now, they can go from browsing to buying easily. We would like to make Amazon customers your customers. Log in and Pay with Amazon enables make our customers your customers, invites them to basically sign in, have a personalized experience, and then check out with a single login. Let me just walk you through the experience. So a customer comes to a site. They're asked to log in. This is at the very beginning of their shopping experience. They may or may not remember their password. They may not have an account, but they'll see that familiar login with Amazon button with one tap. They're taken to a sign-in screen, which is familiar. You can see this is both branded with Amazon, so they trust it, as well as with the merchant. And so they enter in with their Amazon credentials. This happens for the first time. On the first time, they'll be asked to confirm that they want to share that information with the seller. And when they agree, then this allows the merchant to create an account. That's the name, the email, and the zip code, and sort of off you go. And we want to be able to let you create an experience that's entirely customized to that customer. When it comes time to pay, this is the beauty. They don't have to sign in again. They don't have a new account. They already have their shipping credentials on file, and they can easily check out. So taking all those different taps and bringing it down to just 2 taps after logging in, you can create a complete experience for Amazon customers. Again, the relationship is with you, and the brand is with the merchant. Amazon's just making it fast, easy, and trusted. Now, I'm using shopping analogies here, but you can imagine it easily works in any other environment. Paying for a cab fare, or getting your licensed vacation rental, or paying for soccer camp, or making a donation to a site. In fact, I'm going to have Ash from GoGo come out to explain how we've used it. GoGo has put this in place to use GoGo Inflight on the airplane and all the success he's had there. And let me share why we think putting login and payment together is really so unique for customers. Well, first of all, we think when customers go shopping, they're not choosing a site just because of the payment credentials, the payments mark. They're really going about a great experience. It's personalized, it's curated for them, maybe it has expert advice. And login allows that to start from the moment they show up to your store to go in. But there's another reason. I think that when customers, they have a lot of online identities. We get that. And when they're thinking about sharing photos and videos, they're probably not thinking about sharing their credit card information. And when they're thinking about their careers, they're probably not thinking about shopping. And I really love this slide because my teenage son could explain to me the difference between a meme and an avatar, which is very important in the online world. Log in and pay all together, then business can capture those sales. Complete experience. Let me bring out Ash to talk about his experience with GoGo.
133E, middle seat, last row. Think it can get worse? You forgot to send that email to your boss before takeoff. Log in with Amazon and pay with the credit card information you already have stored. It's the fast, easy, secure way to pay. Go to payments.amazon.com to learn more today.
Thanks. I'm happy to introduce Ash ElDifrawi. He's the Chief Commercial Officer of GoGo. He will tell you about experience of Amazon payments and GoGo Inflight. Ash joined GoGo in 2010 from Hayneedle, and prior to that he was at Google. And he has over 17 years experience working with world-class organizations. So now I'd like to introduce Ash.
Thank you. Thanks, Tom.
Yep.
So I am Ash ElDifrawi, the Chief Commercial Officer at GoGo, and really excited to be here talking about our newly forged partnership with Amazon. Actually, this is a bit of kind of the end of a long journey for GoGo. About 3.5 years ago, when I first started there, I went on a flight to experience our product and do some ethnographic research. And actually, this scenario that you just saw unfolded right before my eyes. So I ran back and talked to the product team. I said, we got to do something about this. We got to create an easier way for our customers to use our product. And 3 years later, and about 25 more important strategic decisions and priorities later, we still didn't have anything other than a credit card as a way to pay. Enter Amazon, and then about 3 months later, we're up and live with them. I share that timeline, and I'll come back to it because I think it's important when I talk about why Amazon was the right partner for us. I'm going to come back to that story and tell you why it was relevant. But I'm going to spend a few minutes first talking about a couple things. First, just a little bit about GoGo and our customer, who our customer is and what's important to them. Then I'm going to talk about what customer problem this partnership really solved and why we think that Amazon Payments is a real game changer for us. Then I'm going to show you some early results that we're seeing, which are really encouraging, and then a quick snapshot of the roadmap coming forward. So a little bit about GoGo. So we just celebrated our 5th year anniversary of bringing connectivity to the sky. We're excited about that. We like to think of ourselves as actually the Amazon of in-flight connectivity. We created the space. We are the innovative leader. And just passed our 40 millionth session that we've served in the air. And I know by terrestrial terms, that's not necessarily a huge number, but let me tell you, in the stratosphere, it's an astronomical number. And we're proud that nobody's even approached that amount of sessions. We serve about 60,000 sessions a day across all different devices. So there's a GoGo plane taking off about every 10 seconds or so. And we also just celebrated our 2,000th installed plane just last week. And with great partners such as American, Delta, US Air, Virgin, Alaska, United, just to name a few. So our customer. So obviously our customer is the traveling population. Anybody who boards an aircraft, particularly a GoGo aircraft. But we wanted to take a look at that and peel it one level lower and see if what we can understand in terms of the segmentation there. So we did some research, and it was really a needs-based research. So we looked at what people are doing, demographics, psychographics, what their usage was. And we developed 5 overall travel personas, which we believe every traveler falls into. And you see them here, the productive passenger, the constant connector, the escapist, selective senior, and infrequent leisure. We didn't get really creative with the names. They're pretty descriptive. And I'm not going to go into each of these, but what I tried to do is try to guess who I thought was the most represented here, and talk a little bit about those two. So take a look at the ages, and see if you can place yourself, and then let's see if I did a good job here. So the first is what I call the productive passenger. I'm not going to ask for a round of applause because it's just going to be telling me you're as old as me, but this passenger is what we call the road warrior. This represents, actually, believe it or not, the smallest traveling segment, but by far, as you can imagine, the largest user of GoGo and connectivity. These guys are the road warriors. It's all about productivity. They will not fly without Wi-Fi. Simply not an option for them. Time is money, and generally speaking, they don't pay for the connectivity, and they either have somebody who pays for it or they're billing 10 times that rate when they fly. So this passenger obviously also is all about efficiency. So anything that we can do to make it easier for them to buy our product and move through that purchase path faster, they very much appreciate it, and we see the satisfaction scores go up and up and up. A great example of this customer, I was actually getting on the plane actually last year, and somebody came running into the gate and got on the plane. It was somebody who actually got off their private jet because it didn't have connectivity to get on a plane that had GoGo on it. So it tells you how important connectivity is to them. The other segment, which I think is probably well represented here, is what we call the constant connector. This is the up-and-coming, tech-savvy population. And for these guys, it's all about connectivity also, but not necessarily just around productivity. It's about being connected all the time to all different aspects of their life, whether it's for social, whether it's for work, whether it's for play, whether it's for entertainment. Basically, the internet is air for them, so they refuse to not be connected. They are a little bit more price sensitive, and they also have strong opinions about what we're doing well and what we're not doing well. So anything that we do to make their lives better, they let us know about it, and if it's something we're doing not meet their needs, they let us know about that as well. An example here is, so we actually, in order to buy our product, you have to go through CAPTCHA. So when you enter, you guys know what that is. But nobody liked the fact that you had to enter numbers and letters, and it was case sensitive. And so we got lots of complaints about that. So we fixed that and just made it very simple. And we got actually a tremendous response. So just for that one little part of the process to fix that made a big difference. Imagine if we can actually make it better for the overall purchase process, how much they'd appreciate that. So that's a little bit on the customer. So what problem are we trying to solve? What is the real customer problem we're trying to solve? And the answer is actually removing friction. I mean, pulling a credit card out in the plane, entering it into the device when there's people next to you, there's like 5 unnatural acts all rolled into one little experience. And clearly there's an opportunity there to remove that friction. In e-commerce kind of dirty talk, it's like how do you increase conversion and increase customer satisfaction at the same time? And this is a way to do that. We did some research and found that our customers do want other ways to pay other than credit cards. And importantly, which is not on here, but we also talked to customers who had a chance to buy GoGo but did not. And 50% of them said that having another alternative payment method other than credit card would have positively impacted their decision to buy. So clearly, there is a customer need to try to make that process much easier. So why Amazon? So lots of reasons. There is rumors of other payment methods out there. I don't know if Tom could verify those or not. But there's all kinds of logical reasons why we wanted to use Amazon. Obviously, their reach and their brand, consumers trust them, they know them. Their experience is great, and there's familiarity with it. But I'm going to go back now to the story that I told you earlier about Amazon coming on board and us getting this done. The real reason we chose to partner with Amazon on this is because they really inspired us with their focus on their customer and improving the customer experience, even of our customer. So, and not only that, but their other value, which is a bias for action, was also really, really infectious. And they really inspired us to get this done. We got it done in record time, and we launched the product within 3 months of partnering with them. So, how is it doing? Well, the results so far have actually been pretty outstanding. Consider that we've only, right now, as of now, even though I'll talk about this in a second, right now it's only on laptop and tablets, and we haven't promoted it yet. Yet, despite that, it is already 10% of our point of sale sales. So we're not even promoting it, so people are just coming to it in the purchase cycle path. We don't have it on our mobile devices yet, and it's already reached that percentage of our sales. Pretty remarkable. So really encouraged by results. Not surprising. More and more people just don't want to pull out their credit cards and want an easier way to do this, and we're seeing that's happening. So what's next? I just talked about a couple things that we're going to fix right away. So we're going to start promoting this so that not only will we have people in the funnel, we'll push people into the funnel as we let them know there's another way for them to purchase our product other than their credit card. We're also going to roll it out on mobile here in the next couple of weeks. So this is actually, the product is available for mobile. This is actually on the GoGo side. We are going to enable that, and we'll be rolling that on the mobile devices here by the end of October. And then lastly, we are going to, in the next few months here also, include login with Amazon as part of the overall payment process. So interestingly, I just actually got this research last night. We talked to a lot of travelers, would-be GoGo users, and 45% said that they would prefer another login method other than having to enter all the information to start an account with GoGo to buy a session. So there's a lot of demand here to have some other way of logging in rather than have to enter all the information you need to in order to buy a session. So really encouraged about what we're seeing. The future looks really bright. So Tom, why don't you kind of bring us in for a nice soft landing?
Thanks very much, Ash. Don't leave.
All right.
So thank you all very much for having us here. We look really forward to what we can do together with GoGo. We know in the payments world, we're aware we have an awareness problem, but come talk to us at the booth. We'd love to find out how we can work together with you and make a better experience for our customers. Thanks.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom and Ash.